former council secretary.
We are now being joined by our revered and distinguished traditional leaders and their representatives who are here with us today, ladies and gentlemen. We have representation from the palace of the Overlord of Gabon and the ruler of the traditional area of Sanergo also here with us.
Don't let them sit there.
Mr. Ayuba.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The program.
Pardon?
The program seems to be too long.
What? It's too long?
Yes, it's too long.
Okay. So, what?
What time are you supposed to leave? 10:30 will be too short.
We can skip some of the programs.
Okay.
After he leaves, we'll continue.
Okay.
But I also have to discuss that. Like, I have agreed we'll skip. But as to which to skip, then we also discuss that.
Let's discuss together.
The rubbing is important.
Yes. So what I mean is, you see, I can't take that decision alone. On behalf of the university, the Vice Chancellor will be seated here. Once we start with the opening...
Where is the registrar?
He's also in the procession. I hope you do understand me.
Just make a recommendation. Then when is VIP speaking? Important for us.
So, say, if you give me 5 minutes, let me do this and I'll come.
Okay.
And the procession of convocation has arrived and is currently taking their places and seats at the auditorium, the Multipurpose Auditorium, where this event is being held this morning.
Yes, sir.
I want to know who's registering our students.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah. His Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep standing
as we observe the national anthem.
This occasion calls for celebration as well, and for all those of us who are
Grateful to God to have given us this day. Let's show some appreciation with a huge and loud round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's acknowledge the fact that we are happy and excited to be here today. Your Excellency, the Vice President, I have the honor of being selected as the moderator for this event. My name is Akufo-Addo.
And for all our events here at the university, we begin with a prayer and end with a prayer. It is the investiture of the 5th Vice-Chancellor, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN, here at the Multipurpose Auditorium on the Tamale campus of the university. And we will call on the head of the Academic Affairs and Students Affairs Unit of the university to give us the opening prayer. Alhaji Wahab.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والصلاة والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The Registrar of the University for Development Studies is Mr. Nuruddin Isa Abubakar, and he will tell us why we are here gathered today in a very brief statement. With a round of applause, let's welcome the Registrar of the University for Development Studies.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. Prof. Chairman, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the Honorable Minister of Interior, the Honorable Northern Regional Minister, the Executive Secretary of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, members of UDS Governing Council present, NANMA Chief and Elders, past Vice Chancellors, past Pro-Vice Chancellors, and past Registers of UDS present, Vice Chancellors and past Vice Chancellors of Sister University present, the current Vice Chancellor of UDS, the current Pro-Vice Chancellor of UDS, all past and present principal officers of UDS present. The principal and the campus officer of Nagbala campus, deans, directors, and other convocation members of UDS present, registrars, deans, and directors of other institutions present, the alumni of UDS, all other distinguished guests, the media, friends, and gentlemen. I'm delighted to welcome all of you this morning to this historic occasion of the investiture of the 5th Vice-Chancellor of the University for Development Studies, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN. On behalf of the management and staff of this university, I would like to say a big thank you to all of you for taking time out of your very busy schedules to come and witness these all-important events. Prof. Chairman, investiture ceremonies are important events in the annals of the activities of universities across the world, and UDS is no exception. Such events are normally organized to usher into office newly appointed vice-chancellors or registrars of the university. The ceremony constitutes a platform for a new vice-chancellor to outline his vision for this university and to lay out his strategies for achieving this vision. We may also seize the opportunity to solicit the support of the university community and all relevant stakeholders to enable him to achieve his vision of transforming the university. Today, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN will do just that. He will outline his vision for the University for Development Studies and the steps he intends to take to lead us to the promised land. Certainly, he cannot do it alone, and the support of all of us here will be much needed. It is my hope that by close of this event, each and every one of us shall come to appreciate the way in which we can individually and collectively support the new Vice-Chancellor in the management of this university to further enhance the academic excellence and foster the growth of this institution. Prof. Chairman, today is exactly 41 days since Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN assumed official duty as Vice-Chancellor. The tenure of office of the immediate past Vice-Chancellor, Professor Gabriel Eyumtei, expired on 31st August 2022. On Thursday, September 1st, 2022, there was a brief gathering in this university in which Professor Tei presented his handing over notes to Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, It is important to point out that Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN is coming into the office of Vice-Chancellor with enormous experience, spanning over 25 years of teaching, research, and academic mentorship. He has held several leadership positions in this university. He was the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of this university from 2015 to 2019, the Director of Institute for Continuing Education and Interdisciplinary Research of this university from August 2010 to November 2015. And until his recent appointment as Vice-Chancellor, he was the head of Department of Food Security and Climate Change of the Faculty of Agriculture, Food and Consumer Science. It is humbling to note that Professor AL-HASSAN joined this university in 1996 as a senior research assistant at the Department of Economics and Entrepreneurship Development in the then Faculty of Integrated Development Studies, the then WA campus, now SDD UBIS. In 1997, he was appointed a lecturer at the same department. By dint of hard work, Professor AL-HASSAN rose through the ranks to become a senior lecturer in 2018, an associate professor in 2014, and a full professor in 2018. Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN is a leading development economist in this country. He has consulted for many local and international organizations. He's also a prolific writer with more than 40 peer-reviewed journal publications and 2 Ghana. God bless you, dears. Thank you.
Applause for the Registrar of the University. Thank you so very much, Mr. Nuruddin Issa Abubakar. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman of the Governing Council of the University for Development Studies is Professor Wayo Seni, and he will deliver a welcome address now, after which he will constitute the investiture ceremony. With a round of applause, let's welcome the Chairman of the Governing Council, University for Development Studies.
Your Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, representative of Nduma Yana, representative of Nduma Nairi, and representative of the Bimbala Bangla. Nyab Sanana Nanam Membakamba. Honorable Regional Minister, Honorable Minister for Interior, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Regional Minister, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Members of Parliament, MMDCEs, Director General, Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, members of UDS Governing Council, former council chairman, Emmanuel Perry, chairman of Vice-Chancellor of Representative, Vice-Chancellor VGA of Vice-Chancellor of Teachers University, Registrar VGA, and Registrar of Teachers University, Pro-Vice-Chancellor VGA, distinguished guests, members of congregation, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure today witnessing the joyous mood of the gallant community of the University for Development Studies and all other stakeholders as we induct the new Vice-Chancellor into office. The atmosphere affirms the fact that our toil to find a suitable successor to the immediate past Vice-Chancellor of the university was not in vain. We are forever grateful to government for all the support during the processes leading to this occasion. Your Excellency, this ceremony is a solemn academic occasion symbolizing official transfer of authority from former Vice-Chancellor to the new Vice-Chancellor. It also signifies a pledge by the Governing Council of the University that I chair to always act in a manner that will not contravene the law and the university's status in all situations. Our unwavering support as an oversight body of the university's management will always be extended to the Vice-Chancellor for the smooth running of the university. Your Excellency, many would have been skeptical about the growth of UDS when your government took that bold decision to convert the former campus in Wa and Navrongu into two fully fledged universities. It is refreshing to mention that within a span of 2 years, UDS has already outgrown its status prior to the separation. The hard-working staff of the university deserve a strong commendation. Now, academic programs have been developed to fill the void created after some programs of the UDS were ceded to the new universities. Your Excellency, the 1,000-mile journey of the Vice-Chancellor has begun. This huge responsibility is like faith, which is not something to grasp, but a stick to grow into. I would like to urge the Vice-Chancellor to demonstrate true leadership by working for a cause in the spirit of selfless service and not for applause. The university community is a mixed environment in which success can only be achieved by working together. Let's aim for a united UDS and promote collaboration between the university and the community. Let us aim for a united UDS and promote collaboration between the university and community so as to achieve greater dynamism and effectiveness to reflect our motto, knowledge for service. Your Excellency, the supreme quality of the leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana, has contributed tremendously to access and quality education in Ghana. His vision to achieve an industrialized Ghana as a legacy is apparent in his key interventions in education and skills training, notably the free senior high school and the free technical and vocational training programs. This policy, which is aimed at providing equal opportunities for all school-going Ghanaian children to become world-class professionals, without doubt, is the best educational policy in our history as a nation. I personally commend the strong resolve against all odds to ensure the continuity and expansion of this high-impact flagship policy. Your Excellency, UDS is an institution. UDS as an institution buys into this novel policy and has responded and has repurposed and expanded its academic programs and curriculum in order to provide opportunity to the resultant increased numbers of graduates from the programs. The recent launch of the university's endowment fund, among others, also aims to provide support for needy students. Your Excellency, recent discrepancies in some public universities have been anomaly support that require urgent attention to prevent the national calamity. These incidents mostly involve youth residing in the north of Richmond, west of South. The growing acceptance of this immorality by the youth suggests some sort of negligence on our part in providing proper moral guidance to students. To prove our unshaken mandate as institutions of higher learning, mandated to impact both knowledge and morality to the youth, I suggest a national policy direction that will regulate moral education in all Ghanaian universities. As an interim measure taken by UDS, all first-year students of the university will henceforth study ethics and moral education as a mandatory course, starting from 2022-2023 academic year. This will essentially imbibe in our students core moral values and accountability principles intended to sway their minds from some negative misconceptions regarding social norms. Our youth deserves the best, and solving this canker outside existing structures must be urgently pursued. Your Excellency, all stakeholders of the UDS stress the need for a Vice-Chancellor Okay. Says the need for a vice-chancellor who is a unifier. Okay. In this regard, I wish to express my thanks and appreciation to Reverend Professor Samuel Dankwa and Dr. Ibrahim Mahmoud for their extensive advice and prayers in this direction in yesterday's purification prayer meeting. I would like to add that the contest is over and no prisoners should be held, nor should there be victory parades for the Vice-Chancellor. Be a Vice-Chancellor for all stakeholders. Listen attentively to them and show respect for their opinions. Since your students have given you the nickname Mr. Respect, for the respect you show to them, I hope that you will live to achieve this aim. I hope you'll be successful in this direction. At the end of the day, always take decisions that are right and not necessary decisions that please rent seekers. In conclusion, Your Excellency, I would like to urge the Vice-Chancellor to always keep it in mind that dreams are renewable no matter what our age or condition. The 30-year existence of UDS has seen various transformations under the visions of 4 different Vice-Chancellors. That is not to say all needs of the university have been addressed, but I believe there are still untapped possibilities within us and new babies waiting to be born under the tenure of your Vice-Chancellorship. So I can only argue, I can only urge you not to be daunted, but stay focused, and inshallah, success will be your portion. Long live the President of the Republic of Ghana. Long live the Vice President. God bless us all, and God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so very much, Chairman of the Governing Council of the University for Development Studies. And the applause does not reflect that which
the speech by Chairman of the University Governing Council. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands in the air. Let's put our hands in the air. Just do this. We're here to celebrate as well. And, let's go. Let's go.
Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. We invite the chairman of the council to now constitute the investiture ceremony.
Well, with the welcome address, I declare the constitution of the investiture of the new Vice-Chancellor. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And with the introduction of the Vice-Chancellor, we will now perform the oath of office and then the rubbing. The oath of office will be administered by the chairman of the council. The Vice Chancellor is here, sir.
Or you want to stand? Come.
I thought.
Yeah. I now administer the oath of office to our new Vice Chancellor. I, say after me, I, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN, having been appointed to the high office of Vice Chancellor of the University for Development Studies,
having been appointed to the high office of the Vice Chancellor of the University for Development Studies,
do in the name of the Almighty God,
do in the name of the Almighty God, swear that
I will be faithful and true to the university,
I will be faithful and true to the university,
that I will at all times preserve,
that I will at all times preserve, protect,
and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana,
and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana,
the law and the statutes of the university,
the law and the statutes of the university,
and that I shall dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the university,
to the service and well-being of the university,
and to do right to all manner of persons.
and to do right to all manner of persons.
I further solemnly swear that
I further solemnly swear that
I at any time break this oath of office,
should I at any time break this oath of office,
I shall submit myself to the law and statutes of the university,
I shall submit myself to the law and the statutes
of the university for development studies,
of the University for Development Studies,
and suffer the penalty for it.
and suffer the penalty for it.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, our new Vice Chancellor.
Thank you so much, Chairman.
Thank you, sir. We will now ask for the symbolic seat to be made present. Can we have the symbolic seat here? Thank you very much. No, we'll unveil this here, please. Thank you. Right there, please. And before unveiling it, we would have the honor of inviting His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, to support the Chairman
of the Governing Council of the University for Development Studies to robe the Vice Chancellor, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you His Excellency, the Vice President and the Council Chairman for UDS. Thank you.
Hello, let him who has come to be inducted as Vice Chancellor of the University for Development Studies, please step forward. You are already forward. Okay. Swear the room. So you have to where is it?
The robe is coming, yes.
Hey, all this
Now
stuff.
let's have it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
You should have brought it before you get there.
This is part of our ceremony.
That is part of
the ceremony. So arriving with the fanfare and the drumming and dancing, the pomp and pageantry. Ladies and gentlemen, give the young lady a round of applause. She's a confident young lady. Thank you very much.
And the Vice-Chancellor is here ruled by His Excellency, the Vice President, alongside the Chairman of the Governing Council of the University for Development Studies, Professor VICE-CHANCELOR. A round of applause in acknowledgement of the ruling of the Vice-Chancellor. And we now have him seated on the registrar will now unveil the seat and then will perform the symbolic seating as well. Thank you.
By virtue of the authority conferred on me as Chairman of the Governing Council of the University for Development Studies, I, Professor VICE-CHANCELOR, hereby induct you, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN, as Vice-Chancellor of the University for Development Studies. This Tuesday, 11th day of October, 2022.
Thank you very much. Round of applause for the Vice-Chancellor. Yes, sir. Thank you. Shall we have the seat returned to its original position, gentlemen? Thank you very much. Yes. Let's give the Vice-Chancellor a round of applause.
And as we were swapping the seat for the Vice-Chancellor, overheard His Excellency the Vice President saying, times have changed. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Your Excellency, I have the singular honor and pleasure of being the very first person within the university community,
And indeed, within the MC and moderators community, to invite Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN for the very first time as he addresses the public.
This applause is for me, wait.
Please, I need a loud applause for me for getting this opportunity. Now give Professor Al-Hassan SEIDU a round of applause. Thank you.
Is it possible to hold this as well so we can all hear? If it's possible, I'd like you to hold this as well.
I'll hold this. But it will be difficult to be.
Let's try it first. If it's not working, I'll come back.
I think last week
we had teachers award ceremony here, and His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, was here just last week. Today, he's back. And he just whispered to me that every week he will be coming here. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Chairman and members of the Governing Council of UDS, former chairpersons of Governing Council of UDS, Nyab Nantona, Nyab Zangban Lana, representing Ndanyana Bukari II, Nyab Sabobna, the Honorable Regional Minister, Mr. AL-HASSAN SEIDU, the representative of the Minister of Education and Ministers of State, Honorable Members of Parliament, the Director General, Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, the immediate past Vice-Chancellor, Professor Gabriel Ayumte, Vice-Chancellors of Sister University, former Vice-Chancellors of UDA and of Sister University, the Administrator, Vice-Chancellors of Ghana, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Nyab Sanarna, Ambassador Akufo-Addo, former Pro-Vice-Chancellors, Registrar of UDS, and Registrars of Sister Universities, former Registrar, Dr. A.B.T. Zakaria, Yapeura, Metropolitan, Municipal, and District Chief Executives, Principal, Nyankpala Campus, Deans and Directors, Heads of Departments, Members of Convocation, representatives from our affiliate institutions, alumni, Nanama, elders and religious leaders, senior and junior staff, members of the media, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I deem it a great pleasure to stand before you today as the 5th Vice-Chancellor of the University for Development Studies. I feel a great sense of responsibility as I follow in the footsteps of Professor Bennett, Professor Kabusi, Professor Yakubu, and Professor Ted, each of whom capably steered the affairs of this university through different times and circumstances. Together, they have led us through a remarkable 30 years of growth in size, visibility, and diversity. I value them as predecessors and look up to them as shining exemplary leaders. A warm welcome to you, Dr. Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and Ndanyana. Let me also acknowledge and welcome the Honorable Northern Regional Minister, the Director General of GTEC, Vice-Chancellors Ghana, Members of Parliament, and Professor Daniel Bruce Sapong, my PhD supervisor. The representatives from our sister universities, colleges, schools, service providers, civil society organizations are warmly welcome. Thank you for honoring us with your presence and for all you do to advance quality higher education. Thanks to all government officials, community leaders, and philanthropists with us today for believing in higher education and investing in us. And thanks to my parents, my mother,
Hajia Fatima Tazblum. She's right here. Thank you, Hajia. And my father, who is late, my wives, my children, my siblings, family and friends, for always being there for me. I always thank all of you who believe in me, who stood by me firmly, who encouraged me strongly, who advised me, and who prayed with me and for me. I thought I was waiting for so long for the miracle to come. But you don't need to be strong. You don't need to hold on and never to share your fear. I am so excited. I've seen many of you here today and many others watching from afar. Mr. Chairman, according to the law of seasons, no matter how connected or anointed, no individual, no firm, no institution, and no government can boast of one season forever. Seasons change. A couple of months ago, UDS witnessed an unprecedented season characterized by few misapprehensions and counsel regarding the set of the new Vice-Chancellor. I do not intend to take you back to the pains and sorrows that many of us went through, but rather to remind you that all the happenings could not have happened if God didn't want them to happen. God says in the Holy Quran, chapter 29, verse 2, that do people think that once they say we believe, they will be left alone and not be put to death? So I think it was a test from the Almighty God. Happily, Mr. Chairman, we all passed the test, which sends a strong signal to us as a university community and to the rest of the world that our family, Adansonia Digitata family, is capable of not only managing its own internal discrepancies well, but also is mature in terms of institutional democracy and academic freedom. Mr. Chairman, an investiture is about honoring a person, and you all have made this day that I will never forget. Key to today's investiture, of course, are the people who brought me here. The chairman, Professor Felix Asante, and members of the search committee that recommended my appointment, and also the chairman, Professor Wayosi, and members of the governing council that approved my appointment. Thank you all for your confidence in me and for the opportunity to serve this institution that is so dear to my heart. In formally accepting this great honor, I say, Alhamdulillah. And then commit myself to you that I will devote myself to doing justice to your faith in me and to advancing our indispensable mandate of fostering a closer interaction between academia and rural communities. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that this moment
is more fundamentally about the hopes and expectations of everyone who is devoted to UDS and its future. What we should expect. My mission is to provide effective leadership and collegial environment that will further develop the university into a practically oriented institution which is internationally recognized for academic excellence and community service. Academic and research excellence. Mr. Chairman, as we all heard from the UDS anthem, a solid cradle of academic excellence has been laid here, and we must therefore elegantly build on it. Our academic planning must take ongoing inspiration from UDS tradition of achieving excellence and impact through community-based philosophy and innovation. From the strengths of our existing structures of faculties, schools, and other academic centers, we must continue to explore new ways of tapping into the frontiers of knowledge, knowledge that cut across academic excellence and community services, especially in the areas where we have comparative advantage and unique opportunities. The overarching goal is to strengthen existing programs and to introduce innovative ones in line with current realities, bearing in mind quality of programs, their relevance to society, and of course, availability of space. Academic infrastructure for all university activities will be enhanced and expanded to boost teaching and learning and research. Additional well-equipped lecture rooms, laboratories, and accommodation would be provided, while existing facilities, especially lecture rooms, are refurbished and modernized. The UDS Strategic Research Plan will be actualized to guide research excellence. The Institute for Interdisciplinary Research will be restored to promote collaborative research, creation of new schools and faculties, with the blessing of the Academic Board and the Academic Board and the Governing Council, and of course, GTEC. We will set up UDS Business School, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Social Sciences, School of Economics, Faculty of Industrial Arts, Faculty of Arts and Cultural Studies to boost teaching and learning and research. Our dream to start the Yenti campus with the School of Sustainable Development Studies will be realized in the coming months, inshallah. Diagnostic Imaging Research Center. Mr. Chairman, the experience of Ghana shows that medical imaging has become indispensable in the healthcare system because of its critical utility in accurate and timely diagnosis. Unfortunately, it is estimated that a little over 300 diagnostic imaging professionals are currently serving the entire country of over 30 million people. This is woefully inadequate. Yet, apart from the Tamale Teaching Hospital, there is no alternative standards facility to be used for diagnostic medical imaging training and research, either in the public or the private sector. The problem of limited diagnostic imaging equipment
together with their frequent breakdown and the lack of alternative imaging centers in the region, has placed so much burden on patients requiring imaging investigations to travel all the way to southern Ghana for such services. As part of our efforts in actualizing the community-based philosophy, the Department of Medical Imaging of the School of Allied Health Sciences would be significantly restored to train more diagnostic imaging professionals and to improve teaching and research. West African Center for Shared Research and Innovation. Mr. Chairman, despite its huge potential and its contribution to Ghana's agricultural gross domestic product, the Ghana's share industry has not witnessed any leading-edge research and extension support, particularly from higher institutions of learning. As a community-based institution, UDS can boast of 30 years' experience of living with shared trees and of working with key stakeholders in the shared success. Based on this, the university has no excuse for not becoming the hub of promoting shared research and development in the sub-region. In view of this, a West African Center for Shared Research and Innovation will be set up. This will promote the development of Ghana's shared industry through multidisciplinary research and extension service. Students at the center of teaching and learning. Mr. Chairman, it is not a miracle to be able to see the future of a university. To do that, it is enough to look at the quality of services rendered to students. On one hand, any university that places priority on its students and recognizes them as partners in promoting quality higher education has a bright future. On the other hand, any university that treats students with indifference has a sorrowful future. A student support unit will be set up, and students consciously and firmly placed at the center of teaching and learning. One district, one doctor policy. Although Ghana's agenda, 111, intends to fill the health infrastructure gap, it does not seem that the nation's health issues will be completely addressed unless efforts are made to train more qualified health professionals in the country. Taking a cue from President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, a one district, one doctor initiative aimed at training more qualified medical doctors, especially female doctors, and other key health professionals for deprived districts in northern Ghana will be vigorously pursued. UDS Veterinary School, the newly established veterinary school on Yankpala campus, will be empowered to enhance teaching and research in veterinary services, as well as training more veterinary doctors, nurses, to provide veterinary services at the doorstep of rural towns.
Northern Ghana Cultural Festival Day. Mr. Chairman, according to the law establishing the UBS, PNC Law 279, and I quote, the university shall develop and maintain close relationship
with the various peoples of Northern Ghana in particular, and the rest of the people in Ghana in general, in the promotion and pursuit of its aims. Unquote. Following this mandate, a Northern Ghana Cultural Festival Day will be introduced and celebrated annually. This day will be used
as a strategy to promote the community-based philosophy of UBS, leading to sustained socio-cultural development in Northern Ghana. Aside promoting peace,
this annual event will also serve as a giant platform upon which the people of Northern Ghana can showcase their rich skills and culture as a way of promoting vocational skills and entrepreneurship development. African Leadership Lecture Series.
With the new faith and broader school, targeting successful and influential business entrepreneurs, lawmakers, clergy, academia, industry, and politicians from both within and outside Ghana. The African Leadership Lecture Series will be rebranded and reintroduced. This is the big way to tap into the rich experiences
of successful leaders, managers, and entrepreneurs in Ghana and across the globe. Vice-Chancellor's special
initiatives. Recognizing the need to reduce pressure on the existing academic facilities, I will embark on special projects and what I term as Vice-Chancellor's special initiative project. If you like, you can put it under a military jargon and call it Operation Izalina Iso.
Emphasis will be placed on the provision of lecture rooms, laboratories, internet dependability, street lights, and security. A grounds and gardens officer will be appointed to aggressively lead the beautification process of all campuses involving the construction of roundabouts, pavement, tiling of roads,
flowering, and tree planting. Internally generated funds. While we have high hope for making a further expansion and contribution, and for attracting even more world-class talent to our university, we also understand that there are plans to wean off public tertiary institutions from the government's payroll in the near future. Surely,
the government will help, but it will also expect us to rely on more self-help and embrace innovation. There is therefore the need to expand the current funding base through innovative ways in order to guarantee a stable financial system for the university. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership and governance.
There is a saying that the greatest act of leadership is service to people. I will foster collegiality characterized by exemplary leadership, inclusiveness, effective communication, and total quality management system. The Governing Council of UBS will be equipped with quality and up-to-date
information on major governance issues for effective advice and decision-making. Feedback both positive and negative, will be elicited. As we anticipate feedback from the university community and beyond, the authors of anonymous letters are also welcome to feed in. However, they should know that there are better ways of doing so. Thus, the importance of dialoguing and face-to-face meeting cannot be underscored. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Akufo-Addo in 2001 said that no government strategy is better than the one that involves women as central players. Following this, female-focused administrators and staff will be motivated and continuously supported in high rank in order to serve as role models. Our hopes for our future. Ladies and gentlemen, with my 26 years of work experience at UDS and having served the university in the high office as Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I am in a good position to state that the future of this university is bright. Our motto, "Glory for Service," will continue to shine in all our activities and to the future. Mr. Chairman, sorry, a couple of months ago, I heard 5 lovely and inspiring things that have strong bearing on our future. The first is your hopes for our future. Many of you have told me that while there is tremendous pride in what we have done over the past 3 decades, there is also an excitement, even a strong determination to do more in terms of continue to strive to be a world-class destination for the most talented and ambitious faculty and administrators. Inshallah, that one is also well taken. Mr. Chairman, I have heard one more thing on which there is a clear consensus that we must remain united. We must focus on things that bring us together as community rather than divide us. We must all be seen to be uniting people in development. We must inspire every mind, every heart, and every hand. Indeed, diversity is not only beautiful outside, it is only highly cherished because it brings innovation. As we increase diversity, there is a need to work equally hard at building an inclusive environment where everyone feels a sense of belonging, where everyone can thrive regardless of his or her color, religion, gender orientation, income, or ethnicity. If you have talent, if you want to work hard, if you share our commitment to progress and service, and if you want to join the proud Adansonia Digitate family, we want to hear, no matter where you come from. Lastly, and so sadly, I have heard that my age will not allow me to serve the university long, as has been done by my predecessors. Ladies and gentlemen, like anybody, I would like to serve UDS for long, but longevity has its place somewhere in this world. I am not concerned about longevity now. I just want to do God's will. He is Allah in whom I trust. There is no other God but him. He has done what no man has done.
And he will do what no man has done. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Atakbir. Atakbir. Conclusion. Chinua Achebe once advised that although every man can see the moon in his own compound,
it is still good for kinsmen to gather in the moonlight at a village ground. So we have found ourselves at UDS. We all must be proud of our bright past and begin now to work together to shape our brilliant future. I encourage you to invite positive change as our banner song. A change initiated and owned by us as people. A change that now with good intentions and generously shaped by the vision of leaders. A change driven by honesty, truthfulness, and taqwallah. A change propelled by pragmatism and meritocracy. A change managed by commitment and patience. A change sustained by hard work and perseverance. And a change that meets the needs of current generation as well as the aspirations of future generations. Ladies and gentlemen, a table message for you. Remember that what really defines us as children of God is not our deeds in public, but our deeds in private. Let us all live in such a way that those who know us but do not know UDS will come to know UDS because they know us. Long live UDS. Long live tertiary education in Ghana. Long live Ghana. Thank you so much.
I think you deserve a round of applause. And certainly, as we will have to take the seat, let's do with that honor. As the Vice Chancellor has just finished delivering the very first speech, just possibly clap for him, ladies and gentlemen. Representative, please, you may be seated now. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. You may have realized, for those of us who have access to
the program lineup, you may have realized that we have had to tweak the program a little bit. This is because we all admit and we all do know that the Vice President is very busy. He's got other schedules, very important schedules to attend to.
So we have tweaked the program in order to accommodate some of the events so that we can allow him time to leave us so we can continue with the rest of the program. So we will be introducing everybody here in due time. But, Your Excellency, I just wish to say that with us here is the mother of the Vice Chancellor, Hajia Fatima Tuzibrim. She's here. She's right here. We need to give her a round of applause. She's the woman who has made this possible. Thank you so very much. Thank you. And I have the honor of inviting
His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, to deliver a message on this very auspicious occasion of the investiture of the 5th Vice Chancellor of the University for Development Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, your Vice President.
Thank you very much. The Chairman of the Governing Council of UDS, representative of His Royal Majesty, the Yana Mahama Abukari II, representative of His Royal Majesty, the Nairi Bohago Mahmoud Sheriga, Interior Minister, Regional Minister for Northern Region, Regional Minister for the Northeast Region, Ministers of State,
and directors, present and past, the former governor of the Bank of Ghana, members of convocation, MMPCs, our revered chiefs and religious leaders, media, distinguished invited guests, students, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to be present at this very that I had to be here because I really couldn't miss this particular occasion, given its importance. I had to rearrange my schedule to get here and basically hold on to what was going on, to come here and honor this invitation and then return to continue my tour in the Upper West region. Let me start by acknowledging the role played by both the Governing Council of UDS and the university community in the processes leading up to the appointment of the Vice-Chancellor, whose investiture we have gathered here to witness today. I am aware of the heightened public interest that was shown in this particular search process and its outcome. And I am happy to note that in the end, cool heads and understanding prevailed with the active involvement of stakeholders from within and outside the university. My congratulations to you, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN, for emerging successfully through the process and your appointment as the 5th Vice-Chancellor of this great university. The experience that the Council and the university have learned through the process must strengthen and guide your governance systems going forward. I have no doubt that the UDS would be a better university as a result of this experience. Let me call on everyone, therefore, to focus on the job ahead now and rally behind both the new Vice-Chancellor and the Council to deliver on the very important mandate of the university. Mr. Chairman, this event takes place at a time when the university is marking 30 years since its inception. Perhaps not a very long time in the life of a university, but long enough for the university to have established itself among the best in this country and one of a kind, with a deliberate focus on poverty reduction and the use of the world-acclaimed problem-based learning approach. As the new Vice-Chancellor assumes office, I expect that with the support of the Governing Council and the university community, that the university will stay the course with its niche mandate and reinvent itself as a university that takes pride in its relevance and development impact. In this connection, I wish to charge the university and the new leadership to realign its programs and research activities with the government's priority agenda for creating a critical mass of impactful human capital. The dual task for tertiary education is to achieve a gross tertiary enrollment ratio of 40% overall, and the proportion of enrollments in science and technology programs relative to humanities that is the science to humanities ratio, to be 60-40 by the end of the year 2030. And so, it is the expectation of government that the UDS will prioritize the rollout of programs in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics disciplines whilst reassessing the relevance of others. At the pre-tertiary level, the Ministry of Education is working to create the pipeline of well-prepared students to feed into the tertiary system. The free senior high school policy, curriculum reforms, and the rolling out of specialized STEM senior high schools and technical colleges are only but a few of these pipeline interventions. Mr. Chairman, the prestige of our university system and the credibility and recognition of certificates issued by them rests substantially on our time-honored and regionally acknowledged quality assurance systems. This is why it came as a shock to many, the recent revelation by the Auditor General that some of our leading universities were running unaccredited programs or programs whose accreditation had expired. As a country, we must have zero tolerance for such development. That is why I applaud the efforts of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission and the Ministry of Education to ensure that there is strict adherence to the regulatory requirements of the Education Regulatory Bodies Act 2020, Act 1023. This is critical to protecting the image and confidence of our higher education system, and I charge all Vice-Chancellors to do their duty in that respect. So, may I suggest to you, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, that one of your immediate tasks should be to take inventory of your programs and make sure that all ongoing and new ones are duly accredited before you enroll students onto them. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on the part of government, I wish to give full assurance that we shall do what is needful by continuing to invest in the provision of appropriate infrastructure and the core personnel required for effective and efficient operations of our universities and other tertiary institutions. I am informed that the GET Fund has put together a plan to complete all ongoing infrastructure projects in tertiary education institutions within the next 18 to 24 months. In this regard, the GET Fund, working in close collaboration with the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, will shortly be meeting the institutions to share the plan and the implementation framework. Mr. Chairman, I am also happy to note that the multi-million lecture and office complex special presidential project for UDS is currently at 90% completion and it's expected to be completed before the end of this year. Hopefully, His Excellency the President, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, will have the opportunity to commission the facility for use in time for the start of the next academic year. Investments in infrastructure throughout our educational systems have been one of the very tangible interventions of this government, and we intend to continue with this unwavering commitment in spite of the current economic challenges. In the past 6 years, almost every public university has benefited from government's drive to increase access to tertiary education through infrastructural development. Although the returns may take a while to fully manifest, we have no doubt that the investments in our educational system are investments in the future of this country. So, Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I am told that His Royal Majesty the Yana has graciously gifted substantial land around Yendi for the development of the Yendi campus of the UDS. And I was going to encourage the new Vice-Chancellor, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN, to essentially make use of that land and build that campus. But he told us in his investiture-led address that, in fact, he is going to make that happen. So I'm not going to say any more about that. I just want to say thank you very much for doing that. In conclusion, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for your kind invitation to be part of this memorable occasion. My warm congratulations once again to the new Vice-Chancellor, Professor SEIDU AL-HASSAN, and congratulations to the entire university community on the 30th anniversary of your founding as a university. But my foremost and almost utmost in the hierarchy of congratulations goes to the mother of the Vice-Chancellor, Hajia. Thank you so much for giving us this illustrious son who is going to lead us to great things. Thank you all for your attention. God bless you, God bless the UDS, and God bless our homeland, Ghana. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Your Excellency, just before you depart, just to indicate to you the kind of people who have gathered here this morning, leading to the afternoon. We are not going to mention people by names because of the so many numbers we do have here, but particularly we wish to acknowledge the presence. That's the one person we are mentioning by name here, the former Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Gabriel Ayute, is right here with us. Well, that's the former Vice-Chancellor. Let's give him a round of applause for making it to the occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we do also have members from the political class here with us. The Vice-Chancellor in his address acknowledged some of them, but I particularly also want to acknowledge the presence of the Minister for the Interior, Honorable Ambrose Derry, who is also here with us. Let's give him a round of applause. We have other ministers of states here, especially I've seen the Minister of State Designate for Gender also here with us. Hajia, just give us a wave of the hand. Thank you very much, Hajia. We have other ministers of state and former ministers of state here. You are so many, we can't mention you by names, but just give us a wave. Let's acknowledge. I've seen Honorable Moses Mabimba and other deputy ministers and former ministers of state, all of you here, as well as MMDC is here with us. Many of them are here, Your Excellency. We have, of course, members from the academic world. The academia are very well represented here. Please, let's give a wave. Let the Vice President, His Excellency, know that we are here in our numbers. Of course, this also includes members of the University Government Council who are here in their numbers to support the Vice Chancellor. Of course, the Vice Chancellor's family are here. Please give us a wave. Let's see. The Vice Chancellor's family comes from a very large family, and they are here as well as wives and children here to support him. Here, the Vice Chancellor's past students are here as well. Former students, can we see you? Just give us a wave. Thank you so very much. You are here in your numbers as well. The university deals with some businessmen and women as well as institutions, including bankers. The bankers are very well here represented. Let's see, Stanbic Bank, very well represented here. GCB, we see you also very well represented here. I believe NIB is here as well. Thank you very much. Members of the clergy are here, and we are very grateful to you. We have representation from sister universities and, of course, affiliated colleges of education. We also have a special guest
of the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Nura, who is also a dealer of Motor King. Dr. Nura, well, you give us a wow, thank you very much, Dr. Nura, for coming. Your Excellency, just very briefly, we have representatives of His Majesty Ndan Yana Na Abukari II, the King of Gabon, and President of the Northern Region House of Chiefs here, represented by Na Yap Nantona Mahmoudou, the fifth paramount chief of Nanton traditional area here with us. Let's acknowledge him. He is also represented by Na Kapra Zanbalna, Dr. Yakubu, the second chief of Zanbalinga traditional area. The Sanerbu chief, Na Kapra Sanerna, Ambassador Yakubu, paramount chief of Sanerbu traditional area, is here with us as well. Na Kapra Garize Na, AL-HASSAN Yakubu, and then chief of Garize and the Sanerbu paramountcy is here with us as well. Now Kapra Bona, the chief of Obu, is here with us. We also have the Mukupona, AL-HASSAN Tampuli, also here with us. We have now Kapra Pishebulana, Dr. AL-HASSAN Andani, chief of Pishebu traditional area, and former MD of Stanbic Bank Ghana, here with us as well. We also do have now Kapra Bayamna, Dr. Abdurrahman, Director, Drylands Research Institute, also here. From Yabon, we have the Yabon delegation representing His Majesty the Yabon Mura, Tuntumba Borisa Isa, first King of Kunda and President of the Savannah Region House of Chiefs, represented by Garba Yapura, Dr. A.P.T. Zakaria. Dr. A.P.T. Zakaria, Chief of Yape, and a former registrar of the University for Development Studies. A round of applause. Thank you so very much for coming. From Nanon, we have the Nanon delegation representing His Royal Highness Nyalim Bolibu Na Yakubu Andani Nasana Yakubu, the regent of Nanon, Na Bakura Ghana, Inu Samahama, Na Bakura Zanduna, Na Bakura Sangana, and Na Bakura Nasalana Wunde Abdul Majid. Let's give all of them a round of applause. Thank you so very much. Your Excellency, these are the groups of people who are here to support the Vice Chancellor. We will now humbly request Your Excellency to step forward as our members up here take a commemorative photograph with you. After the photograph, please will remain seated. His Excellency will step down and pay courtesies to the chiefs who are here represented. Right after that, His Excellency will take leave of us and then will return to the items on the program which we haven't yet attended to. Thank you very much. As the Vice President continues to take pictures, let me also acknowledge the presence of lawyer Mohamed Mumuni, former Minister of Foreign Affairs here with us. We're talking about people that UDS does some businesses with. Of course, GBC is very well represented here, both in terms of coverage, but also by the presence of the Director General, Professor Amin Salifu, who used to be the principal of the WA campus when UDS had a campus in WA. The Vice President, His Excellency, paying courtesies to some of the political leadership here, as well as Dr. Abdul Nashiru, we'll see you, thank you very much. And then former Deputy Minister for Agric, also here, thank you very much. Dr. Salifu, formerly of the CSIR, also here with us. We are grateful for your presence. Honorable Sule Salifu, and the Metropolitan Chief Executive for Tamale, Honorable Sule Salifu, we are grateful to you as well. We also have with us now Jisuna Abukari Muhammad here with us. Now, Jisuna, we are grateful for your presence. Chief of Sabuba Crew is here as well, and we are grateful for your presence as well. As the Vice President takes leave of us, ladies and gentlemen, this does not mark the end of the ceremony. We will definitely come back to continue with the rest of the ceremony after the departure of His Excellency, the Vice President. Please, the ceremony has not ended, where the Vice-Chancellor, together with his entourage and members of the Governing Council, are just seeing of the Vice President. They will return shortly, and when they do, we will continue with the rest of the program. We also want to acknowledge the presence of Sakwena of the Dabong Forum. He's the president of the Dabong Forum. Sakwena is here as well, and we acknowledge your presence. That the Zachinanima are here in their numbers. Zachinanima, we are grateful to you also for your presence. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you walking out, please be informed that the ceremony has not ended. We have to tweak it a little bit to accommodate the presence of the Vice President. Once the Vice Chancellor and the other members of the Council, together with the Chairman, return, we will go back to the original program and observe all those items on the program that we skipped. So please be informed that the ceremony is still very much ongoing. We will invite the cultural troupe made up of students of the University for Development Studies Department of Theatre and Performing Arts to give us some sort of cultural entertainment. I understand that they are seeing off the Vice President with some pomp and pageantry, and they will soon be with us to perform for our entertainment. And after that, we will continue with the rest of the items outlined on the program today. We have representatives from Multipurpose Islamic Community, the Central Mosque here in Tamale, and various Christian, the Christian fraternity. Particularly, we do have with us the Presbyterian Church, represented by the Northern Presbytery, represented here actively, and we are going to continue. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now see the sports of entertainment. Just about 5 minutes from our cultural troupe. As I did announce to you, the cultural troupe is made up of students of the Department of Theatre and Performing Arts right here at the University for Development Studies. Are they ready? If they are not ready, we may have to skip and go to other items. Are the students ready to give us the cultural performance? Are the students ready? I acknowledge you, Dr. Akufo-Addo, former Deputy Minister in charge of Agri, and former Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Abdul, I acknowledge you as well. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you students from the Department of Theatre and Performing Arts right here at the University for Development Studies. Let's welcome them with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
to set a special efforts in Ghana, in Ghana's education sector, and I hope that the new Vice Chancellor will be strictly guided by this mission and the message to remedy the challenges the university was established to address the next generation. Having said this, I want to reiterate the institution's policy mandate to pair your academic work with the federal community right to provide constructive interactions between the two for the total development of Mali Ghana in particular, Ghana as a whole. Our major concern here is our farmers are still receiving enough essential services. For example, share and process centers are still using the same data in places because of the data. I'm very happy to hear the new Vice Chancellor put I'm very happy to have heard the new Vice Chancellor actually tackle this area. One of our main arguments is we need to have the extraction of share data mechanism to also add value to the product to drive more economic benefits. With this in mind, the importance of the university of government cities and the government of our region is overwhelming. I want to assure you my preparedness to contribute to this case inside regions. My girls are always open to you. Professor AL-HASSAN, I wish you all the best and I look for all the guidance and wisdom into direction of the money. I wish you the best in succeeding in this day. Thank you. May God bless you. Yes, may God bless you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Representative of the Royal Highness Diana, the Overlord of Gabon.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little announcement that the regent of Nanung has sent what they call Newman, that is 100 tubers of yam, and a big bull that he's offering to the Vice Chancellor to enable him host the many guests he will receive after this event. Let's give a round of applause to the regent. We are very grateful to you for your kind gesture. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor now of inviting back the chairman of the Governing Council of the University for Development Studies, Professor Bayo Seni, to dissolve the investiture ceremony. Prof, thank you. Please, after the dissolution, we will stay behind because we still have the UDS anthem and the national anthem before we go.
I once again thank all of you for coming to this council meeting. By the powers of the University Council, I declare this university closed. Safe journey to your destination. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As we prepare to leave, shall we have standing one more time, ladies and gentlemen, and do so as we observe the UDS anthem. UDS anthem, ladies and gentlemen. still remain standing, ladies and gentlemen, for the recession. Thank you very much. Council recession. Thank you. And please, as they go, just a little announcement. We will be hosting our chiefs and the invited guests at the library. Our protocol officers will lead you in that process. The rest of us, the university's guest house has prepared a large space and meals and drinks, enough for everyone here to consume before we go home. So from there, let's all make our way to the university's guest house. But for senior members and our chiefs and other invited guests, go to the university's library. Our protocol officers will lead you